Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be unboxing and doing an initial review of the Logitech Z337 computer speakers with Bluetooth connectivity and wired connectivity. Let's have a look at the box. It's the standard Logitech blue color and it says Bluetooth with 80 watts, probably at peak. Let's see what else the box says. Number one selling PC speakers brand, so not specifically this particular model, but from Logitech. What else there is? Says stream audio wirelessly from any Bluetooth enabled computer, tablet or smartphone. Doesn't give us much specs, but let's see if we can find some. Wireless audio, 40 watts RMS, 80 watts peak, that's right. Strong bass and simple controls. I think it's got a breakout control box. And then on the other side, let's see. Right, so the subwoofer is at 24 watts. The satellites are at 2 by 8 watts each. And it's got 3.5mm input. It's good. So let's have a look at the box and let's unbox this thing and see what is inside. I have not opened this yet. So the box itself has got some setup information. So let's have a look. Alright, so each satellite speaker will have a specific wire. Black to black, blue to blue. So that's easy. Power cable is fixed, and then the input goes into the aux in, and then there's also a dial for bass control, and there's also a stereo input if we don't want to use the aux cable. And then this is the breakout box. I was just saying that the breakout remote box basically has an on-off switch, right? So you've got to press the Bluetooth button for 3 seconds to initiate pairing, and that's the volume control, and that's the bass control. Okay, so let's see what else is in the box. Safety information, not so important. I'll put this aside. Now this comes with a lot more minor boxes inside, so let's okay, this thing doesn't come out. One thing at a time, I guess. Okay, so there's a minor box, so let me just zoom out so we can have a better view of this. Pull, there we go. So this would be adapters, European, American, UK. Right, so definitely UK plug I'll need, and let's put this aside. So these cables are attached to the woofer, stereo audio connector, and remove this aside. Move this box aside. Just remove this. Must be the satellite speakers, and these are quite huge actually. Let me push this away. So these are satellite speakers. Very good size actually, huh? Alright, so these are stereo satellite speakers, color coded black and blue. Nothing else in that box, so let me just take out this woofer. That's the woofer. Okay, don't need this. Alright, I'm gonna just pause so that I can remove the plastics and everything, and I'll come back shortly. Okay, I've got it unboxed. So let's try to set this thing up. So two satellite speakers, a fairly large and subwoofer with a air intake and a resonator. So let me just turn the subwoofer behind. That's where all the connectivity happens. Now you may not be able to see it as clear as I can. The black color connector is for right and the blue is for left. Reason why I'm saying this is because on the satellite speakers, the only thing that is actually labeled is the color of the connector. They did not label it left or right. So the black is for right, so I'm going to put it on my right hand side, and the blue is for left, that's on the left hand side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me just connect this, and then we'll figure out the cable management afterwards. Okay, now if we are using stereo inputs, you can use the red and white, or we're going to use the composite one, stereo. We'll just use it input here. So let me just find the input cable. Okay, and then I'll just leave base in the center. Right, so I'm going to just turn this around, and then I'm gonna relieve this and leave it this side, and you can see I'm already trying to hide the huge cables behind. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna leave this behind. There we go. So this is the control box, and this is the power. So the power will just attach, this is reversible, so that's the UK plug, and this is the control box, and this is the input, on off. Okay, so let me connect to power and I'll come back. So I've got the speakers connected and set up. So before we do any connectivity, let me just show you how the setup is done. So this is the main subwoofer, and we've got our left and right satellite connected to the back, and the breakout box, control box is also there connected to the back. Now let me show you what's here. So there's a dial which you can turn up and down the volume. There's no on and off in the dial. The on-off switch is located on the side itself, so 1 is on, 0 is off. There's a Bluetooth button. We're going to press 3 seconds to start pairing. There's an LED light. I suppose this is for power and also for Bluetooth. There's a soft, almost like a sweet bass, so that it doesn't move around, and there's also a headphone breakout. I think when you plug in the headphone, the signal is disconnected from the speakers, and of course there is the audio input cable. Okay, so let's power this thing on. Okay, so that power is on. I've used the UK plug, so power is on. There's white light. Okay, so in fact I'm just going to put it up here so that you can see it clearer. So this is on, and that's the volume. I don't hear anything, so that's good. There's no leakage of signal. That's playing fairly loud. I'm leaving the volume at a fairly low volume because it's actually night time and I do not want to disturb my neighbors. For me, this is very good sound reproduction. This is a physical analog output, and it's a lot better than the smaller speakers that I have. Okay, so let me just stop this. I'm going to leave this connected. So what we want to do is to try to connect it via Bluetooth. Okay, so just to show you the size, this is my Pixel 3 XL, and this is like 1.5 times the size of my Pixel 3 XL in terms of height. Okay, so let's get to Bluetooth. I'm just gonna say pair new device. So it's finding, so I'm just going to press the Bluetooth button for 3 seconds. So you can see the blue light flashing, and it says Z337, so I'm just going to connect. Pair. Okay, so this is paired, and you can see now the LED is on blue. So let me just make sure I don't like blast this sound. It's playing. I'm just going to turn on the volume. Bluetooth actually sounds pretty good, and I personally, for the first time I'm hearing this, I think the wired audio sounds just as good as Bluetooth. Now the question is, what if there are two inputs? So if I play this, this is on my wired connection, so my wired connection is actually playing. And if I play so both inputs are actually playing at the same time. Suppose that's good for something, like if I'm playing some video games and I want some audio from Bluetooth, I can do it. Some other speakers may cut off one or the other, but this has got dual inputs. Okay, so let me just take a pause and then think about what my initial impressions are. Just gonna remove this. Okay, now let me just turn this thing off. Okay, so just trying what the Bluetooth control is like. I wonder if I press the Bluetooth button, will it go off? No, it doesn't turn off Bluetooth. Bluetooth is always on. So what I need to do is I probably need to turn off Bluetooth. So if I turn off Bluetooth, that's disconnected, so the LED becomes white again. If I turn on Bluetooth again, does it auto connect? It does auto connect very quickly. This is almost immediate connection to Bluetooth. Amazing. So I like this. So connection is good. So let me just turn off Bluetooth and then just power this thing off. Okay, so what do I think about this? Because I just had like 5 minutes with it. Right, the size is good. It's not too big, and it will possibly fit on my computer table. The speakers itself feels like it's made out of wood. So this will be definitely better sounding than plastic speakers. Definitely sounds like wood to me. Okay, and the satellite speakers are not heavy, so this is good. Alright. I actually had bass turned up to middle only, and the bass sounded really good. As far as the audio quality is concerned, I would say like I actually had a smaller Logitech wired speaker, the Z337. That's a bit smaller but also has a subwoofer. This sounds a world better than that, a lot better, a few times better if I may say. The audio quality is a lot better. The bass quality is significantly better. So audio quality, great, love it to bits. I actually like the control box. So this has an on-off Bluetooth connection, and the volume control, very smooth volume control, and also the headphone jack. So if I use the headphone jack, then the audio will be disconnected from the speaker. This speaker having Bluetooth is basically an extra functionality, although I am actually going to be using this for my computer. So this Bluetooth functionality would be great if I have like a laptop or a phone that I just need to put some audio through. So this would be useful. And I would also say I like the Bluetooth connectivity is fast and accurate. I like the input with not so much static, and it comes with UK plug, Europe and US plug, which is interchangeable, so that's mightily useful. And what do I think is negative about this? Not much actually. The only thing I can think about, and I'm nitpicking here, that the speakers are not labeled with left and right, although I can actually know based on the color of the connector. Okay. So how much did I buy these speakers for? I recently got the smaller unit, but the sound was not good enough, so I had to replace it. So this the retail price is about $80 US. That's the recommended retail price. I actually bought it online from a mass retailer for about $50 US. That's quite a steal considering this is 80 watts with Bluetooth connectivity. So about $50 US for this is a real steal. Within the first 5 minutes I already like the audio quality, and of course I will play I'll be using this mainly. I'm going to be replacing that small speakers with this. So if you have got any questions that you need me to check or you're not clear about, you can actually ask me in the comments below. Now the only thing I guess I want to say would be, because these speakers have that full Logitech logo, this is probably an older model, because I think all new models basically uses the Logi logo rather than Logitech one. So this could be an older model. I'm not sure it will be available in all places, but hey, if you get one equivalent to the Z337, great sound, great quality, good connectivity, love it. Alright, see you guys in the next video then.